Hey everybody, this is Daniel over here at Northwest Fighting Arts. I'm here with Kyle. Kyle's one of our more recent, longer-term jiu-jitsu students. White belt now. You are on your
second stripe. Hopefully get my third one
in a couple weeks.
Couple weeks, yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, I got to test again soon.
Good, good. Yeah, can you speak to the academy? You know, how long you've been training here for?
Yeah, I've been here, about a year now, I guess. I think I started, I took my first class with you back in March last year.
Oh, jeez.
Coming in ever since. I know, it flew by.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Okay, awesome.
Good time.
You know, jiu-jitsu is the main discipline you're training in. We haven't cross-trained or put that into that yet, but you know, how are you enjoying the community and the environment here? Like, what can you speak to that a little bit? Yeah.
I mean, like you said, I haven't cross-trained yet, but the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guys have been awesome. I love like the different mix of folks that are here, because I like run into people every day that I wouldn't normally interact with, right? Like,
yes.
And it's a really cool community in that sense. Everybody's really friendly, like super nice, very cool, and really supportive and helpful too. Like, I mean, Eric just walked by and was making faces, right? He's been here like 12 years, and like just on yesterday at class, like he was showing me some new stuff. He obviously made me tap out a couple times, but then he was like, here's how you get out of those situations, which is really cool. And I think just speaks to kind of like the environment that we have here.
Yeah, it's good. That sense of camaraderie, right? And kind of building that trust.
Yeah. It's very much more like we're a team as opposed to like we're constantly competing with each other. Which is what I enjoy about it.
And actually, on that note, because we had Master Pedro Sauer just come in here, can you, what did you think about that?
Man, that was, it was amazing. Like, it was really great when Master Higgin came too, but with Pedro Sauer here, like just we're, what, 6 techniques?
Yeah.
And like, just those 6, like the finite details and all the philosophy that he shared with us, game-changing, like on the mats, but also off the mats, right? Like he talked a lot about like just the confidence and like everyday life and how you can apply a lot of things that we learn here, which for me is like definitely something that I think I've seen, just like thinking about like process and like the journey as opposed to like the goal and the outcome. But yeah, that seminar was fun. Like 4 hours, like worth every cent. Yeah,
it just flew by.
Yeah,
right.
I think somebody was joking the other day that like they wish they had paid more.
I
feel like they got more out of it, right? Which is cool. Yeah. But just having like that caliber of people come is awesome. I think it's nice that we have access to those folks. Since Professor's been like rolling for such a long time.
Yeah, and it's great we have all those connections, and you know, one of the things that Professor O even said, you know, Professor Jeff was like, you know, we want to spoil our students with knowledge, right?
Yeah.
Keep it like so, and like Master Sauer said, it's like having that community to share it with, like we were talking about earlier, is really important, because like you said yesterday, you know, Coach Eric tapped you out, but he was like, oh, how did I learn from that?
Yeah.
It's never like, oh, right. And no, it's great. What were your initial goals coming in? You know, what was kind of the driving force starting jiu-jitsu when you first started?
Yeah, that's a good question. It's something that I thought about for a long time. My dad was in the military and he's always been really interested in grappling. And like, I remember when I was a little kid, we used to like, when I was little, like, I mean, not as tall as I am now, like 2-3 years old, like it was like an after dinner thing. We'd always like play fight. And so it's always kind of been part of my life growing up and something that I wanted to get involved in. And was looking for a new hobby coming out of COVID, and decided to finally kind of pull the trigger and see what it was all about. So I came in for that intro class, and I think one of the goals was obviously like fitness and just like more confidence if I were to get into like a situation, but really just like
see what it's all about.
Yeah, see what it's all about when it's something new.
That's awesome. Well, yeah, you know, with that, I guess talking about that, have you seen those kind of goals? Obviously they evolve, but have you had added any new goals? Anything that you're looking now? I mean, maybe, you know, whatever that may be.
Yeah, totally. I think just coming into it, it was like more about the experience, right? And just kind of seeing like what everything was about. But after the year, like jiu-jitsu is something that takes up my mind like a lot. Like it's so cool. Like from like community aspect, right? Like there's this huge group text that we're all a part of, and everybody's constantly like, when you come to the gym, when you come to train, and I know you and I like train sometimes, and I think there's definitely this new goal of like really sticking with it and progressing. I think obviously black belt is like the cool goal to have, but even more so, just like I want to get better. And I feel like I can do that here, and it's been really fun to like just get more creative and like for me personally like work on the flow that we work on as opposed to like muscling people and trying to meathead and like throw them around. You
made the comment earlier, and it's hard for the folks right now when you're listening to see, but I actually had asked Kyle to sit down because he is so tall. He's 6'4". but you know, I remember we talked about it in one of your classes. We were playing a little bit. It's like, I don't remember, it was me, maybe Coach Eric, but we were just like, hey, play it like this and try to think about not worrying about getting tapped out or whatever. Just like how Master Sauer said, right?
Yeah.
But has that changed your game a lot, doing that, like just flowing and going through that?
100%. Like, I feel a lot better on the mats, and it's honestly more fun.
Safer
right?
too, right?
And it's way safer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I don't go home as sore as I did. It's more about like the finesse and like the technique and the mental game, like the chess that we always talk about, right? As opposed to like how like high can I bench press this guy?
Yeah,
which has been great. Yeah.
Well, hey, I guess, you know, one final thing I guess to leave on the note is, what would you say is like one of the most enjoyable things about training here at the academy? Like, what's one of the things that you would say like, hey, I really like that?
The community.
Okay,
like
great.
Hands down.
Hands down.
Yeah, I mean, everybody, like top to bottom, from like Professor Jeff to like all the other coaches to like the people that I'm mowing with every day. I mean, like Saturday, right? Like they invited everybody over for like a round of fights. Like, I don't know how many gyms that happens at, and that's just like really cool to me that we have that community and like that sense of camaraderie here.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, hey, thank you, Kyle, for your time. Always appreciate the input. And for the folks out there who want to try jiu-jitsu first time,
come do it. Yeah. What do they say? Like, white belt's the hardest belt to get?
Exactly.
Because it's your first one.
Exactly.
So, no, definitely come roll.
That's good. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.